Okay, everybody, this is Tenacious Earl with our final video that is going to be trying to show a pretty good playthrough of how second season works. I'm going to, in this first section here, kind of give you an idea of what you get with the game itself when you buy it. And then from there, we will go into more of the game action from the third and fourth quarters. You will have already seen before we get started the score in the first half stats. Obviously, Tennessee leading by a score of 14-9 at this point. Going to go into the second half over the Chicago Bears. We're going to go into the second half. I'm really going to just try to record from we'll say just outside the red zone in to try and keep this video into the realm of about an hour. So we're going to go through the game parts. We will do that, and then we'll see how this game turns out. Hopefully, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. This is going to be basically 3 hours worth of video plus before this is all said and done. So I'm going to try and keep this one condensed into hopefully an hour for the third and the fourth quarter. So hopefully you guys have a very good feel by the end of this. If you're interested in buying second season about this, in the link for the video, you will see a link to in the description, the Play Games link. Again, go there if you want to see more about the pricing and if you're interested in buying the game. There's also a version of this game called Second Season Express, which is a bit more of a condensed version of it. I know that on the Facebook community for Play and also in the Delphi forums and stuff, that it seems like it gets a lot of good reviews. So that may be another thing that's sort of an option for you if you look at this and say, wow, it does take a while. If you like things that can take a little bit of extra time and very detailed, then this is for you. If you think maybe you would want something that's a little more condensed, maybe the Express version would really suit you better. So let's turn this camera around, and then we'll show you some of the game parts before we get started on the third and the fourth quarter of Tennessee at Chicago, Week 8 of the Tenacious Football League. Okay, so let's just give you a little bit of a look here at the things that you'll get. So I'm using dice that I have purchased that are that size. You get dice that are this size, which may be better for the ultimate like rolling enjoyment. I like these larger dice because I think on the video it shows up a little better. But in terms of usability, probably the size that they give you are a little bit more useful. And you know, if you want to be minimalistic, you can just keep rolling with these guys here over and over again if you need to get player checks as far as the lists that I've shown you that are down here at the bottom of the page for the finders for the different passes and runs and things. You also get one moment here as I find it in the box. Okay, so you get this board, which is a pretty nice feature if you are planning to either play head-to-head or as you're trying to get used to things in the game. You may be more interested in having like a field. So they also give you some tokens for this. So in this case, you could put the football here, and this is going to be your like first down and 10 from the 40-yard line. Or if you're playing with someone younger, or again head-to-head, and you're not interested in taking detailed stats, instead you're just trying to play the game against somebody else and figure out a winner, that's good. Other things that you get tokens, which are used for play calling. If you're playing head-to-head, this is where it's important. Blue is for blitz, red is for run, yellow is safe, green is pass. So The defense would grab the token first that they're going to choose, and then the offense would call their play choice, and at that point, then the defense would then would show their token, and then you would play it out from there. So these come with it. I also didn't mention here on this sheet, which is pretty nice. It gives you the play solitaire offense and defense play calling chart. It gives you some normal pass situations like 3rd and long, short yardage, with some other little, like you've got for the 3, you've got like where it says tend, and so for there is where you can kind of like institute something if it's a team that tends to pass more, be neutral, or run more. You also have if it's a 6, when you're rolling the dice in the solitaire with the play method, the offense gets to choose an audible, and you can re-roll, and you can get something that's different than what you had before, potentially to help combat whatever the defense was showing you. And the same thing with the defense. So you'd roll 2d6s for that. You get the game book itself. So it's a nice book. Again, I'm not going to show you too much, but it's got everything in there. All the charts, and you get these boards that I'm just going to kind of put up here real quick. They're 2-sided. One that you've got kicks, returns. It's the one I use almost exclusively. I usually go to the book for the board B instead for the unusual special team results and penalties and stuff. You got board C, which is your turnover, hard hits board. And then for board D, it's the results of turnovers, like a block kick, interception returns, things like that. And also for the long returns on the interceptions. So you get that stuff. You also have some of these, which are a pack of what Keith calls fast action play cards. If that's the way, if you want to try and institute that, he does have some rules that talk about in the rule book, which that's another thing that I haven't shown you yet, but here is the rule book. You get that. Again, I'm kind of pulling stuff out here because the stuff that's at the bottom of this box I don't really use a ton in my own personal, and here is, he gives you a bunch of score sheets too, that are his personal design. I've told you before, you can go onto the Play Community Facebook page. He'll send you to the FAQ, which then can link you to Al's Google Drive, where you can get other score sheet types than what you see there. Now, I just mentioned these cards. I think the suggestion for these is every couple minutes you can use one of these instead, just to try and speed things up, instead of just doing the same old play method, play calling methods that I've been showing you, or the one that I'm telling you here. That's a little bit, this is a lot more novice friendly, I would say. And from what I have read around, it's also what Keith would endorse as far as how to get the best results from a statistical point of view. I will say that sometimes in my playing using the cheat that I put up on the screen there, the results haven't always been, it seems like the yardages can be a little on the low side at times. Does that mean that it's wrong? Well, wrong is just, it's kind of a tough thing to call it, because it's just, it was either from a different era in the game's metamorphosis and whatnot. But, I think Keith feels pretty solidly about what he has here on this game board. The other thing about the Play Community site and Al's FAQ is There's also a Google Drive thing where you can find pictures of not only for this game but all sorts of games, where you can go to a playmat printer and you can get a nice large mat to play on your desktop. I bought this black mat at one of the office supply stores for, I don't know, 30-40 bucks something, and it's a nice surface. If you get one of those downloaded, you can actually just submit it online to a print shop, and they'll send you a nice inked mat. And there's different manufacturers out there. I think Al recommends one, and Steve Tower, after further review, has also had some deals from time to time with. I don't want to endorse anybody yet because I haven't bought any of them yet, but I know that there are a lot of people that have, with great joy in those. So it's just I haven't put the money out towards those. But if you're interested, again, these are just things. If you get these games, or any of the play games for that matter, there are nice mats that you can get that will help you play the game while also having a nice surface to roll on. So I think I got everything. If I missed something, then it's my fault. But, and then you don't really get, you get a couple of pages. I'm not going to pull them out of my notebook. You do get a couple of, I think you get 4 teams. You would get the, I believe it's the 2015. Well, maybe they've updated it by now. When I bought this game, you got the 2015 championship games, so like the semifinalists, if you will. So the AFC championship teams, the NFC championship teams, they come with the base purchase of the game. Then you have to, you don't have to, but I would recommend buying a complete set. You can get them to print on PDF through Play's website, or you can have him send you the cards that are basically in the same kind of format here. I like to print them out, put them into plastic covers, and then you can write on them with dry erase marks. So that's what we have here for the game things. And again, there's a lot of stuff on the website too. You can print off that play chart, but there's other play types, and just about every month Keith has something different. I think maybe this month he has the actual Final Four teams from this season. Like if you sign up for his newsletter, I think you can get them for free. So they're a really cool game manufacturer. They put out a lot of good stuff, and I'm not trying to overly endorse completely. I mean, I'm trying to be objective, but I will say it's they do a very good job. So we're going to get right to the game here. Again, I'm going to try and keep this inside of, we'll say, the 30-yard line of the opponent, just to try and sort of keep the video on the shorter length. So here we go. Tennessee at Chicago, third quarter, Tennessee up 14-9 over the Bears. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and do the opening kickoff here for the third quarter. Tennessee at Chicago. Chicago kicking off. Tennessee kicked off to start the game. So it'll be 42. You go to the chart, it's going to be 60, and Barth is an A, so let's add 6, 66. So that's 1 yard deep in the end zone. And let's go ahead and have Mariani try to return this guy. So he's rated 22, and it's a 36, so 36 is going to be, subtract 2 from the return, so that's a 20-yard return. Okay, so it's going to be Tennessee ball, first and 10 from their own 19-yard line, and we'll move forward to our next time of being inside the 30. Okay, so right off the opening kickoff here, Tennessee has driven down to the 26 with a first and 10. The Bears have picked up 3 procedure penalties on the defensive line, so they've set them up at the 26 with a first and 10. 11:45 left in the third quarter. It's going to be a 14. That's an inside run against a pass defense. So it'll be DeMarco Murray Actually, with the green one, let's get Jalston Fowler. A run, 32. Checks if Fowler is a run 2. He is not. He's a run 1. So he's going to get a 3-yard gain. So we get him a carry there. 2nd and 7 from the 23 of the Bears. That's going to be an outside run against a run defense. So going to have DeMarco Murray carry this one. And that's an 11. And he is an outside runner of A. So that will be an XR. So here's a chance, maybe at a longer game. Let's see what happens here. 15, guard B, run 0. Josh Klein is a run 1. It's going to be a 7-yard gain and a first down for Murray. So 1st and 10 from the 16. 10:35 on the clock. They are driving. 51 is short against safe. Okay, so short pass. They're going to throw on number 4 to Andre Johnson. 13, he's an A, so it will be complete for a 1 die gain out of bounds. 1 yard. So Andre Johnson out of bounds, so that'll take it to 10-10. 2nd and 9 from the 15. 64 is a medium pass inside the 20. Medium is fine. It's inside the 10. We got to change it. So it's medium against safe defense. So with 5, they're going to try throwing to Matthews here. 64 is an unusual result. We got to roll. 64 again is going to be -2 with a line hit. So, okay, so we go to the loss. Or wait, it's the line column, correct? Yeah, line. So it's a line fumble. 65. Ball carrier. Receiver fumbles out of bounds. Offense retains possession. So that is a fumble. But offense retains out of bounds. So that's going to make it 3rd and 11 from the 17. And that'll be 9:45. And we have to roll an injury here as well. So we go to the front of the book to do that. Page 3. 65. That's another roll. So defender J. For the Bears, we've already hit defender J. I'm going to say this injury is. I've already hit way too many injuries. I'm just going to go ahead and nullify it. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Sometimes you just have to make an executive decision on things like that. Medium against pass. So mediums are going to be using the long yardage. So let's go to Kendall Wright. And it's going to be an unusual result again. 61. That's going to be an 18-yard gain. They're on the 17. Well, there's no fumbles in the end zone, so by that regard, it would be a pass completed to Kendall Wright for up to 18 yards. So it's a 17-yard catch, and that is going to be a touchdown. So they make the play. There's no fumble. It was after possession was established. 9:35 touchdown. Kendall Wright. A 17-yard pass from Marcus Mariota. And the kick from Suckup. That makes it 20-9. So that's 15. just going to go ahead and kick the extra point, and it's going to be an unusual result. I'm getting lots of sixes. Let's do the unusual result. So you go back to the other side of the card, and there's 66. 21-yard loss. Fumbled. F or G, it would be F return. Let's see what the return brings. Fumble return 45 is 29. That will not be enough for any kind of a, but that is a no good point after. PAT fails. Maybe they should have gone for it. All right, so it's going to be Tennessee 20, Chicago 19. Chicago 9, sorry, not 19. Okay, so to answer here, the Bears themselves have gone on a bit of a run here, and it is a 3rd and 1 from the 29 of Tennessee, trying to they're down by 11, so they would be able to pull within 4 points, or 3 if they went for 2-point conversion. Let's see, on the 3rd and 1, they're going to call a long pass, and that is allowed. So against a safe defense, or no, it is against a pass defense. If you look through, oh wait, no. Looking in the wrong column. S, because they are a green team, it's actually a long pass against a safe defense. Okay, so using the short yardage formation means it's going to try to hit Alshon Jeffrey here. And at 61. Is a 2-pass. Jason McCourty is not a 2-pass, so closely covered, incomplete. So it's 4th and 1 from the 29, 5:30 left in the 3rd quarter. So that makes it a 46-yard field goal. They could go for the field goal, or they could actually go for it. They're going to go for the field goal. So it'll be a field goal attempt. It'll be Barth, 46 yards. Let's see, he is AA. So it's got to be low, and it is. Had to be under 36, and it is, so that is good. So that means Chicago gets up to 12. They're within 8. It's Tennessee 20, Chicago 8, or Tennessee 20, Chicago 12. With 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Okay, so I don't have a chance to roll it out here, but big news. 4:45 left, medium pass play. The check is the center a 0 pass, so for Tennessee it's Ben Jones, he's a 1, so it's a no. You go to XM. Roll 26, which is the check. If the quarterback's X is over 5, Mariota is 6. So that sends you to go. Then we roll the D6s, and you might not be able to see that second one. It's a 5. If you go to the book, 65 is 93 plus. They were on their own 28. That is a touchdown pass play to Tajay Sharp. He gets loose, and that is a 72-yard reception for a touchdown. Tennessee is going to go out in front 26-12 with the extra point pending. They're just going to go ahead and kick it. 41 is going to be good. So that means it will be Tennessee 27, Chicago 12 with 4:35 left in the 3rd quarter. So some real scoring here in the 3rd quarter so far. Let's write it down here. Touchdown. Sharp. 72 pass from Mariota. 3 touchdown passes for Marcus Mariota. PAT good. Tennessee having a great season. They only have one loss so far, and it's looking like they're going to go on to win this one unless Chicago has an excellent comeback. Chicago 12. Okay, well, we are on lots of offense right here in this quarter, and Chicago got the ball back with 4:35 left, and they are on the move here. Alshon Jeffrey just caught a 19-yard pass to get them down to the Tennessee 25. He's caught 2 balls here on the drive, and the thing for Chicago right now, their team sheet is pretty bereft of our passes. We're just going to have to throw it to guys, and they have to hope that they're either get cued or just plain old yardage gains that are listed. So 62 is going to be a medium against a blitz. If they beat the blitz here, this could be a touchdown. You never know. It's all right, they're going to throw out Meredith. Meredith has 4 catches already, but they're going to try 15 for an A is incomplete. 2nd and 10, 25. I don't know if 140 left here in the third. I don't know if Chicago can afford many more field goals traded for touchdowns with Tennessee. So 54 is short against blitz. Okay. Let's throw it to Deontay Thompson. He is here on the field on set 4. So 21 is going to be incomplete as well for on Cutler's A completion rating. So 133rd and 10 from the 25. So the 3rd and 10, it's going to be a medium pass against a pass defense. So they're going to have to try to squeeze it into zone coverage here. And they're going to try and hit Alshon Jeffrey with this one. It's a 12, and for an A on a 12, that is a Q yards out of bounds. So we'll take the 11. Let's see, what is the medium 11 is, well, Eddie Royal's injured, so then we go up to Zach Miller. He will be the one to make the reception. Q yards out of bounds. Q is 13. That's going to be a first down for Cutler and the Bears as he hits Miller for the open shot. That's a down to the 12, 1st and 10, and it was out of bounds, so that takes it down to 105. 25 seconds off the clock there. Down to the 12, it'll be 31. That's an outside run against a pass defense. And they're going to have Cutler do a quarterback sweep here. He's got a AAA rating out there. 42, guard A, run 0. Eric Cush is. So, yes, it'll be a 1-yard loss for Cutler. Out of bounds. So that's going to be 40 seconds left in the third. 2nd and 11 from the 13. Again, this might be 4-down territory this early. Down by 15, 2 scores. So 22 inside run against. Wait, let's actually take a look at this. It would be an out. Now it's going to be a short pass. Now that I look at the right column, you have to look at the 2nd and 11 plus. So short pass against a pass defense. I'm going to go with the longer yardage set. So they're going to try and throw to Zach Miller here. 25. C or E a 2 pass. C for a pass defense is Denor Cersei's a 1. E for a pass is Antoine Blake. He's a 1 on this play. So no, neither is going to be incomplete. 3rd and 11 from 13. 30 seconds left in the quarter. You need to get this to the 2 for the first down. And it's going to be a medium pass against a pass defense. And target Cam Meredith here. Unusual result. 35, incomplete with a penalty. But first, let's see what the penalty is. 42 is going to be an offensive hold, so they're going to take the incomplete and decline the penalty on the offensive holding. So that's going to bring up 4th and 11 from the 13. Still would be a 2-score game if they're gonna kick the field goal. You hate to do it, but 4th and 11, it's not a good shot here. Field goal attempt for Barth. It'll be a 30-yarder. Basically, just has to avoid the unusual results here, and the 53 is good. So, with 10 seconds left in the quarter, it'll be Tennessee 27. Chicago 15. 12-point lead for the Titans. So, at the end of the third quarter, it's Tennessee 27, Chicago 15. And I just realized that on my 2 drives for Chicago, I forgot to switch it over to the Chicago offense. So, apologies for that, but I'm going to be getting into the fourth quarter here. It's 2nd and 8 for Tennessee at their 27-yard line, and we'll pick it up there once I get down into Chicago territory again, or if we end up with Chicago going the other way here at some point. Okay, so we're not in the red zone, but it's 3rd and 8 for Tennessee at the 49 of Chicago, and we just rolled a short pass against a pass defense for Chicago. So Tennessee is going to have their long yardage crew in. They're going to throw to Kendall right here. He's going to be targeted. Matthews just reached his usage limit as far as the R goes, so we're going to throw it right instead. 66 is the home team on offense. They are not, so it's going to be incomplete, which means that it's going to be 4th and 8 from the 49 of Chicago with 11:35 left in the game. And there's going to be a coffin kick by Kern. Not many punts here in this game whatsoever, but he's going to try and coffin and get pin him deep. It's going to be 15. Punt sails out of bounds at the 10-yard line. It's a 39-yard punt out of bounds. Chicago will take over at their own 10-yard line with 11:25 left in the game. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here for a little bit because we just had a Cutler scramble for 11 to give them a 1st and 10 at their own 26. The Bears there, and this will let us take a look at the special situations chart over there. They're down by 15, which means that we're supposed to use chart B at this point in the game. So if you look at 45 on chart B, that's a medium pass against a blitz. And again, the Bears are kind of at their usage limits with a lot of guys. I'm going to throw a narrative here. 25. Is NDA a zero pass? No. Is SB a zero pass? And we're using our best long yardage because it's basically they're on the pass plays almost entirely. So neither of them are zero. So the quarterback runs, and then there's going to be a penalty as well. So 18. Cutler will run again. 41. Is tackle B a run 2? He's not, so he's going to get a no gain, but there's also a penalty. And actually, we should go to the medium pass against blitz to see what the penalty is going to be here. 12 will be offense, 15 yards. Is that a clip? That is an illegal block. So, penalty, offense, illegal block. It won't be 15. It's going to be half the distance. It'll be 13. And so it'll be 1st and 23 from the 13. And we're going to take off 10 seconds because the play did keep going. So medium against pass. Going to throw to Meredith again. We don't even really need to be rolling that green die anymore. Because, okay, 65. What they could really use is a home team roll here, but they haven't gotten it yet. H0. This is H0 pass. So this is a pass defense. It's Bryce McCaney's a 1. So no is FB a 0 pass. So we're using Howard completely, and he is a 1. So it's incomplete. So he does get enough time. 2nd and 23 from the 13. 10, 55. Don't need to roll the green. We already said that because we're using the long yard offense. It's going to be a screen pass this time against pass. Going to try and trip them up here a little bit. We're going to throw it to Jordan Howard this time. 21. That's going to be out for a completion. A is incomplete. 3rd and 23 from the 13. We're almost to the point where Tennessee can start using their offense. So it's going to be, well, we're going to go to still 3rd and 23, so it's going to be a long pass. So we have to move over to the column that is on here, that is right there. It says 20 plus to get the 46 is long against a pass. So they're going to either be hoping for a breakdown in coverage or a penalty, one or the other. And so they're going to throw at Jeffrey this time. And it's 24. Either end A or end B a 2 pass. Neither of them are, so it's going to be Y chart. Cutler's a Y4, so if it's 26 or less, it's 61, so it'll be another incompletion. 4th and 23 from their own 13, and they have no choice but to punt with 10:35. So it's going to be O'Donnell punting. Take the punt back about his 5-yard line. And then a 22 is going to be a solid kick plus floor, and it's going to be returnable. So at 48 yards, so that's 23, 30, 50, 43, 47. So down to the 39. Mariani is going to field it, and he's going to try and see if he can carry this upfield from the 39. 21 on the return is going to be 7-, so he's only going to return it for 1 yard. All right, so from their 40, they will start next with 10:25 left, 1st and 10, Tennessee's 10th possession. And let's see, they're leading by 8+ with not quite enough. So we're going to keep going off the regular chart. Outside run against pass. We've already used up both of Mariota's outside runs for this half, so we're going to go with Murray here. 44. Guard B is not a run 0, so it's going to be an 8-yard gain. Murray's having a nice outing. At the quarter, he had 84 yards on 13 carries, and he has added to that now, up to 92, so it's going to be up to the 48, 2nd and 2, and they're going to be taking down to 9:50. Pretty soon they'll be ready to be going to that D column on the right where it's just basically grinding it out. But now it's going to be an inside run here with 2 yards to go against pass. And they will give Fowler another carry. 46 is going to be unusual result. 45, no gain penalty. And the penalty on the play is 46. That's going to be an offensive hold. And they will accept that. So it's 2nd and 12 now for the Titans. 9:40. 16 is going to be an outside run against pass. Murray running it. 32. NB run 2, he's not. It's going to be, what is that? It's Tajay Sharp, so he's not. So 2-yard gain for Murray. So it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 40. Now they get it down to 9:05. If they can get the first down here, they will go to a very conservative offense. So 3rd and 10, that'll be medium against pass. They're going to throw it to Delaney Walker here and try to pick up this first down. 13, Mariota's an A. It'll be Q yards. We're going to use, let's see, who's the 20 for the medium pass. We will go with Andre. We'll say Andre Johnson was in the game. And that is a 12-yard gain, and that is a first down on the Q. So that's going to bring it down to 8:30. 1st and 10 from the 48 of Chicago. So now we're going to go to that D column on the right, kind of the end game column, and it's going to be an inside run against a run defense. So you have to choose it. You have to choose the defense from the same column as the offense. So we're going to bring Derrick Henry in for a run here. 21 is an A9, 9-yard gain for Henry. 2nd and 1 from the 39, and we will continue to run 35 seconds per play off. We could start running 40 if we wanted to, and then we would allow the Bears to conserve at 25 seconds at some point if we want to. But I'm just going to keep going. So another inside run. This time we'll go with Murray against the run defense again. Flopping them out. 14, he's a B. 14 is going to be 2-yard gain. That'll be a first down. That'll be down to 7:20. 1st and 10 from the 37. And I think Chicago at this point has to start using. There's another inside run against run. We're going to have to start using their timeouts here pretty soon. Murray again. 46, that's a rare result, or an unusual result. 63. That will be 2 yards. Now, because Murray has this exclamation mark, and because the book has an exclamation mark, we use the advanced options, then he cannot fumble. So this is not a fumble. It's just a 2-yard gain for Murray. And that will be the first timeout for Chicago. So it's 7:10. 2nd and 8 from the 35. And if Chicago runs out of timeouts, we will definitely go to the consume option and consume and conserve to try and help Tennessee milk the clock here. 31 is another inside run. They'll bring Henry back in for this one against the run defense. Trying to keep Murray's carries down. 16 on an A is going to be a 6-yard gain. So that's going to be another timeout. But they're going to only need, it's going to be 3rd and 2 from the 29. 7 minutes left, and they only have one timeout left. The Bears do. 3rd and 2, very much likely it's going to be inside run, and it will be against run again. They're going to stick with Henry here. 23, oh boy, and there you go. That is an XR column. This will pretty much give Tennessee the license unless, so there's another 23. Tackle A, run 0. Lewan is not run 0, so it's going to be an 8-yard gain for Henry and a first down. Just like in that championship, well, and before the championship game when Tennessee went on that run, but that's going to bring it down to 6:20. We're going to definitely go, actually, no, we're going to have, Chicago will use their, no, they're not going to use their final timeout. but we're still going to go to the use 40 seconds. So 21 of Chicago. .56 is an outside run against blitz. If they can stop them for a loss here, they might decide to use that final timeout. So it'll be Murray here. Better outside runner. 51, G, a run 2. That's Jarrell Freeman on the blitz. And he is a 1. So not a run 2. Is end A a run 0. We're using the short yardage. Matthews is a run 0. So it will be a single die worth of yardage for Murray. 3. And they will use their final timeout now. 6:10, 2nd and 7 from the 18-yard line. Inside run against run. It'll be Murray again. Called on to carry this one. 14, he's still a B. 2 yards. And that'll bring it down to 5:30. Now let me just check. He had 13 carries. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. One more and we have to downgrade him. So that'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 16. We're sticking that D column now. It'll be inside run against run. And they're going to bring in Henry for this. 43, tackle A, run 2. He is a run 2. It's going to be XR for Henry. Henry showing his value today. 46, D, run 2. It's LeBlanc. He is not. So it's a 12-yard gain for Murray. It's going to take it down to the 4 and get tackled down there. Stays in bounds. 1st down and goal for the Titans. That is, what did we say, 46? That is a 12-yard gain down to the 4. 1st and 10. Another 3rd down conversion. 4:50 left. And they get 4 more downs here. So 42, you can't see the 2 there. That is another inside run against run. And we will go ahead and have Murray get his final run before he gets downgraded from B to D. 62. Is D a run 2? No, he's not. So is he rated run 0? LeBlanc is. It'll be XR. This could be a touchdown. This would put the icing on the cake. 56 is A run 2. Tracy Porter is not. That's up to 15. That's going to be a run for Murray. 4 yards. Touchdown. 4:40 left. That makes it 33 currently. 33-15. The extra point is good. 34-13. Tennessee. It's a blowout here at Soldier Field. The fans are heading home. Chicago with 15. It's a, what is it? 18-point lead. 19-point lead, sorry, with just a little over 4 minutes left. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and go through a quick bit of the end game here for Chicago now. We'll probably just play this out from here just for the heck of it. I just rolled 26. We're going to go to the C column. It's going to be long against pass. And this is kind of the way it plays out from here on out. Is a lot of long passes, a couple of medium passes. Chicago trying to get some yardage here from their own 25. They're going to target Jeffrey, 66. Okay, this is where, okay, they just get a home field advantage. If home team on offense, pass caught, go to the XL column. So Jeffrey will catch it. And let's see how it goes. It'll be 15. Oh boy, is Cutler X greater than 3, or greater than 1, he's a 3. So here we go. It's going to be go. Now let's roll it out. 43 is going to be a 65-yard pass plus a die. 68 yards. So a great long completion. They finally catch him. 68 yards. That is a first down, and they will at least keep this game alive. And they have to conserve. So that'll be 4. You take 25 off. 15. First in, let's see, 25, 35, 45, 50, 45, 45, 35, 25, 15. Down to the 7 of Tennessee. First and goal. Now that they're in first and goal, they are going to go. Well, they'll stick in that column. They just have to turn the long and the medium into short or screen. So we will go with short against pass. Trying to get this thing. Get a score here late. Garbage time. 43 on. We were going to go to Meredith here. We'll just say that. Quarterback is a 0 pass. Open but incomplete. It's a second and goal. 7, 405. It's still going to be, we'll say, short pass against pass defense. Try to hit Zach Miller. 55, that's unusual. 63 is a 5-yard and then a hard hit to Miller. So the hard hit means we check to see if he's able to hang on. So here we go. 36 on the hard hit. Is designated receiver a 0 pass? And he is not. So it will be a complete pass to Miller for 5. That brings him down to the 3:35. Third and goal from the 2. We will play it as a short yardage situation here. It'll be an outside run against safe defense. Going from the 3rd down and 1 to 3 yards. And it will be Jordan Howard. They're going to try and get him in here. 52. A run 0. It's a safe defense. It's a Rackpo. He's a 1, so no. Defender wrestles the runner out of bounds for no gain. So it's going to be Howard for 0 out of bounds. So that at least helps him. 3:25, under 5 minutes to go. It does stop the clock completely. So it's just 10 seconds. So 4th and goal from the 2. They're going to have to go for it. 25 inside run against the blitz. And have Howard come in here. He's going to see if he can pound it home from the 2. Unusual result. .22. That's a 3-yard gain for a touchdown, but what is the penalty? 64. That is a defensive hold, so the touchdown will stand. The run for Howard, 2-yard gain, and that is with 3:15 left, a touchdown for Jordan Howard, a 2-yard run. That makes it 34-21. So that's 13. So they're just going to go for the extra point here, and it is going to be good. He is better. He is a AA, so that is good. So it'll be 34-22. 34-22 with 3:15 left. Okay, so I made a little bit of a strategy guffaw here. Chicago probably should have gone for 2. That would get them to 11, which would put them within a 2-point conversion, a touchdown 2-point conversion, and field goal of tying. But because we didn't, we're going to honor it. The coach was not savvy to it, so We're going to go right to the onside kick chart now. Chicago needs to retain possession here. So we're going to go to the onside kicks chart. It's page 57 in the book. And we're going to roll it out and see what happens. 32. Squib kick dribbles 18 yards to the center of the receiving team, scooped up by the receiving team member. So that will pretty much 18 recovered by receiving team, no return. So that will bring it to 3. We'll say there was no time elapsed because he just fell on it. 1st and 10 for Tennessee. So 35, 45. So that'll be the 47 of the Titans with a 3:15 left here. And we're going off column D, and we're going to go medium pass against run defense. Probably not the wisest of moves here, but we're going to throw it to Delaney Walker. 13, though, on an A is a Q yards on 15 for medium. Kendall Wright, pass to right, is complete for 12 yards. That's a first down. That's going to keep the clock moving. So 2:45 for 32, 35, 1st and 10 from the 41 of Chicago. And if they keep it on the ground, which it looks like they will, inside run versus run. Now Murray does get downgraded to D. I almost forgot to do that. And he will run it here. 51, B a run 0. It is Adrian Amos. He's a 1. So no, it's going to check EA. EA is not a run 2, so it will be no gain. But it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Inside run against a blitz. So it will be Murray again. 31. Quarterback B is not a run 0 here because he's got the plus. Guard B is a 1, so neither of them run 0. So blitzing linebacker leaves an open hole. It's going to be a 2-dive worth game for Murray. What could put him over 100? 4. I don't know if it will or not. Run Murray 4. That brings it down to 120. 3rd and 6 from the 37. .41 is also an inside run against run. Bring in Derrick Henry for this one. 66. K a run 2. Keem Hicks is a 2-, so that makes him a 1, so he's not a run 2. Is he rated run 0? No, he's not. It'll be no gain. But that's going to take it down to 40 seconds. 4th and 6 from the 37. And they're going to go for it off of the 4th and 6 chart, or the 3rd and 6 chart. 56 will be short versus pass. All right, they're going to throw at Delaney Walker here, 61. C is 0. Harold Jones-Quarty is a 1-, so that makes him a 0. XS. Will they pick up the first down? 51. FB 0 pass. It would be Murray, and he's a 1, so it's going to be a 9-yard gain for Walker, and that will be a first down, and that will pretty much do it. That will run out the clock on this one, as the Tennessee Titans defeat the Chicago Bears by a score of 34-22. Big game for Mariota, big game for Murray. Chicago, not a bad game either, but in the end, it's going to be 34, Chicago 22. There you go. Okay, everybody. So I appreciate those of you who stuck with this video or this series of videos. I've tried to put this together in a way, this one and the one previous, where it kind of condenses things a little bit. I know it's still a lot to watch. I hope you get a feel in certain parts of the games how things go. I'm trying to give you a sense of how each thing kind of works. I think we hit most of them. I know I edited out a sack in the second quarter that I don't think having any sacks. It's pretty simple. It tells you, it'll either tell you who the sack should go to, or you just use, like I use that gray D20, you just use the finder in order to figure out who gets the sack. Pretty easy. If there's a fumble associated with the sack, you just find the return. But other than that, it's a pretty straightforward game. There are some things, like I said, if you have questions, go to the Facebook page and look for the announcements section for Play Community. Under announcements, there's the FAQ, and there's lots of questions that have already been answered. Look for yours. If you don't see it, put the question on the community page. I'm sure it will get answered. If it's a good question, it seems like a lot of people have had, or or something that some people will have in the future, they will add it to the FAQ, and you'll feel good about having helped out other people in learning the game. But it's a pretty good game. I'm not going to have the stats compiled for the end of this video like I did the previous one, but suffice to say, Mariota probably didn't hit 300 yards. They needed to have a little bit closer score so he would keep throwing. But I do believe Murray got over 100 yards. They were really going hard on the ground at the end. So anyway, hit like if you're into this. Leave a comment if you want to ask any further questions about how the game's played. Again, I appreciate the time you've spent watching this. And I hope you appreciate the time it's taken me to put this video stuff together, because it's, it is fun. And, but, I have fun making videos. I also have fun just playing the game. And sometimes when a game has a lot of checks and stuff, talking you through it all is, it just takes more time. This has taken me over the course of 3 or 4 days to put this together. So, I don't need appreciation, but just, this is something that I'm really trying to help you guys. So look at the, in the description, if you have interest in this game, click on the link for the Play site, plaay.com. You can go there, look under shop, find the game. Got a number of different sets you can purchase as well, card sets for the season. So thanks a lot. Be back very soon in the next couple days with some more Tenacious Diamond Kings. Matt's still trying to move on and maybe be the Diamond King. They're on a roll right now. So now that this is off my table, I'm good to go with that. So see you then. Hang in there, keep rolling, and we will see you soon here on Tabletop Baseball Plus.